This is a full 3D animation that I created in under 20 minutes, and I didn't touch any complicated 3D software. The whole thing was created using AI. If you don't learn this workflow now, you'll keep watching other creators make viral 3D content, while you're stuck thinking you need years of technical training to do the same thing. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create your own professional-looking 3D animations using AI, keeping your characters perfectly consistent across every single scene. Okay, so most people think you just type a prompt and get a perfect 3D animation, but that's exactly why most attempts look inconsistent and messy. The real secret is having a proper workflow. You need to plan your scenes, create a character that stays consistent, generate your images in the right style, and then animate them in a way that actually looks professional. So let me show you exactly how this works, step by step. The first thing you need to do is actually plan out your animation. What I'm going to do is use ChatGPT to generate my story scenes and the specific prompts I'll need for each shot. This gives me a clear roadmap instead of just making things up as I go. So head over to ChatGPT. If you don't have an account, just sign up. It's free for the basic version, and that's all you need for this. Now I'm going to use this prompt, and you can copy this exact structure. Create a short 3D animation story with 4 to 5 scenes. The story should be simple, but engaging. For each scene, provide a description of what's happening, the character's action and emotion, the environment details, and a detailed image generation prompt in 3D Pixar style. Make the story about a small robot experiencing human emotions for the first time during a quiet night in an empty city. Hit enter, and ChatGPT is going to give you this beautifully structured breakdown. You'll see each scene numbered with descriptions and ready-to-use prompts. For my example, it created this touching story called The Night the Robot Felt. We'll get into each specific scene while creating it. So for now, let's move on to the next step. What I love about this is that ChatGPT already wrote the image prompts for me in that 3D Pixar style I want. So I'm not guessing. I have exactly what I need to generate consistent, beautiful images. Go ahead and copy all of these prompts into a document or notes app. You're going to need them in just a minute. Now this is where things get really exciting because we're going to create our main character. And this is the step most people get stuck in because character consistency is the main issue when making 3D AI videos. But OpenArt fixes all that with its updated Character 2.0 feature, and it's honestly a game changer for keeping your character consistent across every single scene. If you didn't know, OpenArt is an all-in-one platform where you can create characters, generate images, turn them into videos, and so much more without having to pay for multiple different subscriptions. First, head over to OpenArt. I'll have a link in the description below. Once you're on the homepage, you'll see the main navigation on the left side. Click on Character in the sidebar. This takes you to the character creation dashboard. Now you'll see 2 options here: Start with Image and Start with Description. For creating a 3D animated character, I'm going to use Start with Description because I want to generate my character from scratch in that perfect 3D style. Click on Start with Description. Okay, so now you need to give your character a name. I'm going to call mine Bolt. Now for the prompt, this is where you describe exactly what your character looks like. I'm going to paste this prompt. A small, cute maintenance robot in 3D Pixar style. Compact, rounded body made of white and soft blue metal panels. Large, expressive, glowing eyes that can show emotion. Small antenna with a gentle light on top. Articulated arms and legs with smooth joints. Friendly and innocent appearance. Chunky Pixar proportions, smooth 3D rendering, soft cinematic lighting, high detail. Now for the model selection, this is super important. You want to choose Nano Banana Pro because it's honestly super impressive. For the style, select 3D from the dropdown, then click Generate. OpenArt is going to give you 4 different variations of your character. Look through them and pick the one that matches your vision the best. I really like this first one. Bolt looks adorable and innocent. Exactly what I wanted for a robot experiencing emotions for the first time. Click on the character you like, then click Build My Character. Now OpenArt automatically generates 4 different views of your character. This is huge because it means your character will stay consistent from every angle. The AI has learned what Bolt looks like from all sides, not just one perspective. If you're happy with them, click Looks Good. If not, you can regenerate any specific view. Now you can add a backstory if you want. This is optional, but it can help the AI understand your character better. I'm going to write, Bolt is a small maintenance robot who has just begun to experience human emotions for the first time during a quiet night in an empty city. Click Save Character. And just like that, I have a fully trained, consistent character ready to use. This whole process took maybe 5 minutes, and now Bolt will look exactly the same in every scene I create. Now that I have my consistent character, it's time to generate the actual images for each scene of my animation. Click on your character and then click Create to start generating images with him. This takes you to the character generation workspace. You'll see Bolt is already selected at the top, which means he'll be in every image I create while maintaining perfect consistency. Now remember those prompts ChatGPT wrote for us? This is where I use them. Let me show you how to structure this properly. For my first scene, ChatGPT gave me this detailed prompt. Here's what I'm pasting. For the settings, make sure you're using Nano Banana Pro as the model. Set the resolution to 4K for the highest quality, and choose the widescreen aspect ratio since I'm making a video. Click Create, and look at this result. Bolt looks exactly like my character, the 3D style is perfect, and the empty city environment is gorgeous. Now I'm going to repeat this process for each scene in my story. For example, let me show you Scene 4. Bolt gently petting a stray cat in a quiet park at night. Glowing eyes showing warmth and happiness, rounded Pixar-style robot design, soft fur detail on cat, stars visible in the sky, calm emotional atmosphere, high-quality 3D render, Pixar animation-style lighting. This is honestly so good I can already picture how good the final result is going to look. Generate each of your scenes and make sure you're happy with the results. If any image doesn't look quite right, you can regenerate it or adjust the prompt slightly. The key here is that Bolt looks identical in every single image. Same design, same proportions, same style. That's the power of using OpenArt's Character 2.0 feature with Nano Banana Pro. Download all of your images. You're gonna need them for the next step. Okay, so now I have these beautiful 3D images, but they're still just static pictures. This is where I bring everything to life using Kling 2.6. In OpenArt, click on Video in the left sidebar, then select Image to Video. For the model, you want to select Kling 2.6 because it's the best when it comes to animation. Now upload your first image, the one of Bolt standing alone in the empty city. For the duration, I'm going with 5 seconds for this first shot. You can go up to 10 seconds, but I find 5 seconds works perfectly for most animation scenes. Now for the prompt, this is where you describe the motion you want to see. You're not describing what's in the image. The AI can already see that. You're describing how things should move. Here's my prompt. Bolt slowly turns his head, scanning the empty streets with curiosity and confusion. His eyes glow softly as he notices the silence around him. Neon signs flicker gently in the background. The camera slowly pushes in toward Bolt. Smooth, natural animation, 3D Pixar-style movement, emotional atmosphere. Click Create. And just wait for this to generate. It usually takes about a minute or two. Okay, look at this. The animation is smooth and the 3D style stays perfectly consistent. This is exactly what I want. Now I'm going to speed through this part since the workflow is identical. You upload the image, set your duration and quality, write your motion prompt describing how things should move, and click Create. Let me show you one more example with Scene 4 so you can see how I handle a different type of movement. For the comfort scene where the cat returns, I'm uploading that image of Bolt with the cat. Same settings, 5 seconds, highest quality. And for the motion prompt I'm writing, the camera slowly pushes in as Bolt kneels in the moonlit forest. Bolt gently pets the cat, its eyes closing as it leans into his hand. A slight smile appears on his digital face, showing warmth and connection. Trees sway softly in the background. Gentle, tender animation, 3D Pixar-style movement. Click Create and let that generate. Look at how natural that interaction feels. Bolt's movements are careful and gentle, the cat feels alive, and that emotional connection really comes through. And once again, Bolt looks exactly the same as in every other scene. Go ahead and generate all your scenes the same way. Once all of your animations are ready, download each of them. What you'll have now is 5 separate video clips that tell a complete emotional story with a perfectly consistent character. Every scene flows naturally into the next because I planned everything everything out from the beginning. Now, to really make this animation professional, I'm going to add a voiceover narration. And for this, I'm using 11 Labs. Head over to 11 Labs. If you don't have an account, you can sign up. They have a free tier that gives you enough credits to test this out. Once you're in, click on Text to Speech in the sidebar. Now you need to choose a voice. For a 3D animation like this, I want something warm and storytelling friendly. I'm going to browse the voice library and select. Let's go with Kristen because she has this lovely, engaging tone that works perfectly for narration. Now for the script. Based on my story, I'm writing. In the quiet of night, Bolt pauses in an empty city. Under a street lamp, a stray cat meets his gaze. He kneels, feeling wonder for the first time. On a park bench, he found a broken music box. It played a distorted melody, then stopped. Bolt's eyes dimmed. Sadness, heavy and unfamiliar, but the cat returned, brushing against him gently. Bolt reached out, and warmth filled his circuits. Connection. As dawn broke, Bolt sat on a rooftop, holding the silent music box. Watching the sunrise, he understood joy, peace. The night the robot felt. If you're struggling to write a narration, feel free to ask ChatGPT to do it for you, using the chat box where it made our story. Make sure your settings are optimized. I'm keeping stability at around 50%, similarity at 75%, and style exaggeration at 0% for a clean, clear narration. Click Generate. Listen to this.
In the quiet of night, Bolt pauses in an empty city. Under a street lamp, a stray cat meets his gaze. He kneels, feeling wonder for the first time.
It sounds natural, warm, and professional. Exactly what I need. Download this audio file. I'm going to use it in my final edit. You can also add sound effects in 11 Labs if you want. Just head over to the sound effects section and you can generate things like city ambience, music box sounds, or gentle wind. I'm going to create a few of these to layer into my final video. Just type what sound you want, like distant city ambience at night, and it'll generate options for you. Pick the ones you like and download them. For the final step, I'm bringing everything together in CapCut. You can use any video editor you're comfortable with, but CapCut is free and super easy to use. Open CapCut and create a new project. Import all of your video clips from Kling, your voiceover from 11 Labs, and any sound effects you created. Drag your first video clip onto the timeline, then add the second clip right after it, then the third, then the fourth, then the fifth. Now drag your voiceover onto the audio track below. You might want to trim some clips to match the pacing of your voiceover. You can add transitions between scenes. I like using simple cross dissolves for a smooth, professional look. Now, if you created sound effects in 11 Labs, drag those onto additional audio tracks. Place the city ambience under the first few scenes, the music box sound where Bolt finds it, things like that. Make sure to adjust the volume levels so everything balances nicely. If you want to add background music, CapCut has a built-in music library. I'm searching for something soft and emotional. This one works perfectly. Now let's take a look at our final result.
In the quiet of night, Bolt pauses in an empty city. Under a street lamp, a stray cat meets his gaze. He kneels, feeling wonder for the first time.
And there you have it, a complete professional-looking 3D animation created entirely with AI. Look at how consistent Bolt is across every scene and how smooth the animations are, and you're not limited to just 3D animations either. The best thing about OpenArt is that it gives you access to every model that comes out. So if you want to create realistic videos, for example, you can use VO 3.1 instead of Kling. If you want to start creating your own 3D animations today, click the link in the description to sign up for OpenArt. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.